Hello, everyone. This is Doug Davis, broker in charge at Karambi Realty, and here with another Ask Doug. And Today I wanted to talk a bit about occupancy. So I've had a number of questions. One, one just a few weeks ago is doing application by a landlord uh, with many, many people in the family. And they're wondering, well, can I prevent them from renting because there's too many people? So the short answer is you have to be careful. So what does the law say? How many people can you restrict from going into your home? So there's not a clear answer, and I will explain that here in a moment. But the first thing is habitable room, which is for example, a bedroom, must be at least 70 square feet for up to two occupants. That's pretty tiny, 70 square feet. So you can have very small rooms. And then for each additional occupant, you can add 50 feet. So 70 for two, 120 for three people, 170 for four people. Well, you can get a lot of people into a studio then. So, is that how that works? So, okay. So, Hawaii Administrative Rules, Title 15, Chapter 185, Subchapter 9, Exhibit F, shows first 70 square feet is two people and the 50 for each additional. What that explains in addition is that this measurement applies to bedrooms, not the entire unit. So not the bathroom, not the kitchen, not the lanai. It applies to bedrooms and living rooms used for sleeping. So you get more people in there. Um, Maybe that's okay with you, maybe it's not, but have to be careful of discrimination. So, um, you won't find a single law that defines how many people. All the government entities, the feds, the state, the city, are all afraid of each other, and they're afraid of stepping on toes for things like familial status or people that have relatives and things like that, and they're wary of limiting it because they may be afoul, a city rule may be afoul of a federal rule. So it's all very ambiguous. So you don't find a limitation in the county building codes, the housing codes, or health and fire, but all of those apply to the decision as to how many you can limit it to. So, um, obviously, if you have too many people in a place, it may be a health violation. Um, or fire codes, maybe there's too many people to get out safely. Um, Maybe the fire department can argue something like that. Um, But again, there's not a single department that will define a specific number, so they're all being careful. Back in 1991, the feds put out something called the Keating Memorandum, and it's a legal guidance as to how the Housing and Urban Development Department, HUD, interprets how occupancy standards are applied under the Fair Housing Act. So this was issued March 20, 1991. Purpose is to clarify reasonable occupancy, um, especially relating to the Fair Housing Act's familial status protections. The typical guideline, this helps a lot, is two persons per bedroom is generally reasonable. See, it may be three then, but reasonable is two. Um, and the legal basis is coming from the Fair Housing Amendment Act of 1988. So everyone is hedging as to how many people can uh, occupy any condo or house. So, and again, you do the measurement not of the whole house, but of the bedrooms and I guess the living room as well. That's used for sleeping. Okay. Well, there you go. Not very clear, but again, um, provides a little bit of guidance as to how you might want to be uh, determining if you want to have more or less people in your rental. I mean, obviously, if you had two people renting your house, it could be considered by a landlord as better than someone with 10 family members. Um, so, but there's the guideline. So if you run afoul of the square footage measurements and health and welfare and fire, then you might get in trouble. So um, there's all the things, parameters of which you can use to um, determine your limit if you're going to have one. Okay, so that's it. All right, and if you have any real estate needs, love to hear from you. Renting, selling, buying. Um, again, love to hear from you and your questions. And until next week, thanks so much.